Evening, and welcome to Mostly Arsenal. This is relatively new, and it's where I talk about mostly Arsenal and a little bit about life in general, putting the world to rights, or recounting any funny stories that may have happened to me in a vain attempt to entertain you all. Firstly, I'd like to thank the 26 beautiful individuals who've subscribed to this channel so far, and all the other people that have shared this content on social media, mostly Twitter. So to each and every one of you, thank you very much. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to hit the like button if you like what you see. If you really like it, you can subscribe, and if you really like it, you can click on the notifications bell as well, and you'll never miss anything that I put on here. So moving on, a little bit different tonight, as this is quite new. Like I said, I thought I'd do, like when you go on a training course or something, you have to stand up and say who you are and do all that business, which is normally a massive anxiety attack for me. Well, I thought I'd do that here tonight. Tell you all a little bit about myself, how I became an Arsenal fan, why I'm still an Arsenal fan, and why I'm doing this. So without further ado, still no fancy graphics or logos or anything. I'm working on a logo, so hopefully that'll be done soon, and hopefully it'll look really cool. But anyway, let's dive straight in. Why am I an Arsenal fan? It started Cup Final Day 1979. It's probably one of my earliest memories, definitely my earliest football memory. And I just remember I was sat there watching it with my dad. My dad's a Liverpool fan, and I remember him asking me who I wanted to support in this game. And whether it was a choice, instinct, or what, I do remember liking the yellow kit that Arsenal were wearing. And as the game went on, sometimes you watch a game as a neutral, and you just naturally throughout the game you kind of think, I want that team to win. It was really like that. I think it was, like I said just now, more of an instinct than anything else. And I'm so lucky I picked the yellow team, because otherwise I'd be sat here in front of you as a Man U fan, and to be honest, that's literally unthinkable. Or just sidestepping a little bit, I'll try really hard not to swear tonight. I try really hard not to swear in any of my videos, but it doesn't normally work. So I'm doing it already, trying not to swear. So I'll try to keep going like that. Yeah, I think my dad was he was obviously pretty happy that I didn't choose Man U, but I don't remember him trying to sway me towards Arsenal. Obviously, he's not going to want me to support Man U as he's Liverpool. But the main memory from the game is obviously Alan Sunderland, the curly hair, the moustache, wheeling away at the back post after he'd made it 3-2. And it was just, I remember this feeling, it was just like this feeling of real happiness that I felt at this game, where there's these blokes running around chasing the ball, kicking it in the net, and the joy that it gave me watching it. And I was sold from that day on, really. So that's 42 years ago. So I've been a Gooner for 42 years. Lots of ups, lots of downs. The downs, the worst ones probably is Raul Zaragoza. Remember the one with he who shall not be named from the halfway line. Barcelona in the Champions League final. Galatasaray on penalties. All of them were pretty bad moments. There was times when the team wasn't good. Bruce Rioch was pretty terrible times. Although he bought Denison, so you can't fault him too much. One of the best memories, '93, when we had Sheffield Wednesday in both cup finals. I didn't go to was it the Milk Cup? No, not the Milk Cup. Rumbelows Cup, I think it was called, the Coca-Cola Cup, because it was the first game where they had the names and the squad numbers on the back. But I was at both the FA Cup final and the FA Cup final replay, but the only way I could get a ticket was to actually get tickets for the Sheffield Wednesday end. And there were parts of it that weren't the most pleasurable experiences of my life. But Andy Linnigan at the end, and one of the best things still to this day that's happened to me, the players were parading with the the trophy at the end. I was proper scared when the whistle went because there was a couple of people around me, obviously Wednesday fans, who were not especially nice, shall we say. I was 20 years old at the time, so I didn't really know a lot about life, but we've gone down to the fence at the front, and the lads are parading the trophy. And I think I've said something like, "Oh, well done, lads." And Nigel Winterburn's heard me. He's looked at me and he's gone, "Cheers, mate." And I was like, man, that's Nigel Winterburn. He's just looked me in the eye and he spoke to me. And that was just awesome. Such a good memory. Obviously, also 1989, it's up for grabs now. Anyone that says the Aguero moment was a better finish to the season, it's like Liverpool, the best team in Europe at the time, and we were not expected to go to Anfield and get a result, let alone beaten by 2 goals, and we did. And when you compare that with Man City were behind and they basically got a goal in the last kick of the game, which granted it was an amazing moment for football, but QPR, they were playing as, I think they were already relegated. It's not like they're playing the best team in Europe and away. So that's got to be up there as well. Favourite players growing up, Rocky was the one for me. How old was I? 16, 17. Bit younger than that maybe when he broke into the team. I was 16 when we won the title at Anfield. And the main thing was we wore the same shirt number. I played right midfield when I used to play many years ago during the war. I loved the way he played the game. He played with so much passion, so much fire in his belly. He just wanted to get forward all the time. He battled for everything. Then, kind of going back a few years, but going forward a few years, I was lucky enough to be coached by the great George Armstrong, and I wasn't actually aware of who he was the first time he trained me. And my dad was there, and he was like, "Do you actually know who that is?" I was like, "No." He said, "That's George Armstrong. He played in the double winning side." And obviously, there was no Google or anything at the time, but I went through some old books and found some pictures of him, and he was the same sort of position, same sort of player, probably the same sort of height that I am now. But the one thing that stuck with me more than anything is what an honestly, genuinely lovely bloke he was. He could see that I was this young kid. I was absolutely terrified. I thought I was out of my depth. And he obviously sensed that, and he just put an arm around my shoulder. And he was so nice, and he put me at ease. And I remember the one thing he taught me to do was play like a 20-yard pass with the outside of my boot. And to start with, seriously, the ball's flying all over the place. And he just like settled me down and showed me how he would do it. And do you know what? Never lost that. But like I said, the main thing was just such a genuinely lovely, lovely bloke. Moving forward a few years, Dennis was always my favourite. I know Thierry was just unbelievably beyond anything else at that time. But to see Dennis Bergkamp play and see the things that he does off the ball and how intelligent he was, he was the one for me. I've not really had a favourite player since him up until this season. And it kind of starts Boxing Day this season, and it's ESR, the kid. I just love watching him play. If ever he gets to watch this, I'm fairly certain he won't. But if ever you want a bromance, mate, I'm there for you. I just love how he plays the game. It goes a little bit back to how Rocky used to play the game. When I watch ESR play, it's like he reminds me of a kid in the playground. He plays without fear. Oh, he probably is nervous for a game, but he seems to play without fear, and he just wants to move the ball quickly, wants to move it forward quickly, and he plays the game in the right way. And I haven't got next season's shirt yet because I want to see what shirt number he's getting, but he will definitely be on the back of my next season's shirt, without doubt. And while I'm talking about that, I was in 2 months about whether to get a shirt or not. Obviously, I don't want to keep putting money in the Cronky's pockets, but from what I found out, most of the money goes to Adidas anyway, so Whether you agree with me doing this or not, I don't really care. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to line the pockets of Adidas, but I will be getting a shirt for next season. Don't know which one. Everyone's got the yellow one, and because I'm a bit chunky, and yellow's probably not a great colour for me to wear, so I might. I'm weirdly, I'm not too keen on the blue one with the zigzags, and I don't mind. I think I might go for the red one. That's growing on me quite a lot, so I'll probably go for the home shirt next season. The only other things I'll say about Arsenal, I don't know how true the stories are, but I've just seen that it looks like Aston Villa have got Buendia for about 33 million. And it's like, why do we always do this? It's like, I mean, I know the transfer window isn't official. Is it officially open? I don't even know, to be honest. I'm kind of trying to switch off from it. And I'm trying not to get too wound up about the Buendia situation. But the only thing that will make me happy is if we've missed out on him to get Grealish, then I'll be happy with that. And I'll take that. Because I don't see why Buendia would be going there if Grealish is still there. So he's got to be going somewhere. Probably C. But if we get him, that will assuage my my desolation at the moment at us mucking up on yet another player. That's about all I've got to say. I'm a bit transfer gossiped out at the moment, so I'm going to move on and talk a little bit about me. Just brief history, recent history. The old stuff is it's old, but if we go back to 2013, married the missus 2013, and we've got 4 daughters. And 2 weeks after we got married, we got back from honeymoon, went to the pictures, and my youngest, she just wanted to go for a walk. She was like 2 at the time, so she's tottering around the cinema. We've gone for a walk outside, and my legs felt numb, and they got gradually worse. And over the next few days, I literally lost the use of my legs, and this lasted for 4 years. I had lots of tests. Originally, they thought it might be a brain tumour or multiple sclerosis, so I had lots of lumbar punctures, fun. I had some MRIs. I had some tests for brain injuries and things like that. And in the end, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, which, if you're not aware of fibromyalgia, is very similar to ME. And basically, what it is, it's an affliction that causes chronic fatigue. Like if you're really, really tired, or you've got really bad flu, if you're having a bad day with fibromyalgia, it's a bit like that. But it goes beyond being tired. It's like extreme exhaustion. You literally can't do anything. It also causes brain fog. So my memory is really bad, especially my memory from 2013 to this point. Stuff beyond that I remember quite well, but the recent stuff not so much. So if ever you're watching one of my videos and you think, he's mentioned that a couple of videos ago, twat, man, so it's not that I'm going over old stuff on purpose. It's literally my memory's that bad. I forget stuff really easily. I get loads of stick for it off the kids, but yeah, it also causes chronic weakness and pain in the limbs from time to time. Hence why I lost the use of my legs. This went on for 4 years, and on good days I was getting around on crutches. Bad days it was a wheelchair or just not getting out of bed. This exacerbated my anxiety and depression, which was already there anyway, and it's still there. It probably will always be there. To be honest, it's mostly manageable, but I think I said a couple of videos ago that sometimes kicks my arse a little bit, which brings me to the reason why I'm doing this. You might sit there and think, why is this bloke who's saying he's got depression and anxiety, why is he putting himself out there making these videos for other people to watch? And it's because I don't want this to beat me. It's my way of saying, no, you're not going to beat me. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to keep doing videos, and hopefully people are going to like it and keep watching. So I kind of started getting better in 2017. I was really lucky. I got offered a job as a photographer. I always liked photography, and I picked it up when I was poorly and started doing it again. and a company approached me, an American firm called CoStar, a huge organisation, and they approached me and offered me a job, and it's mad really. I got taken out to Richmond, West Virginia, and Washington DC for 2 weeks to train out there. And people like me, you think this don't happen to me. Why am I being sent out here getting these opportunities? But I'm really lucky. It's a job I love. I've not had a day in 4 years where I've thought I don't want to go to work today. I really enjoy my job, and I'm very lucky. They treat me well. They give us an awful lot of opportunities to improve and to learn new skills. And the money keeps the walls from the doors, and it's all good. The last thing I wanted to mention, it was a thought I had last night actually. I did put on Twitter that I went out for a few beers with some mates. One's the other lot, one's Liverpool and one's Man United. It was odd, and I did find myself thinking, God, I'm so lucky I support Arsenal. I couldn't bear the thought of supporting someone else. And I said in the tweet that if I did support someone else, I might actually go and commit a crime just so I could get banged up, so I could receive the punishment that I should be getting for supporting someone else. And then I thought, this was not something that's happened, but it's like a scenario that could potentially happen to any one of you. And this is like a public service announcement, if you like, so it's a little bit free advice. But just imagine, say you're out somewhere and you see someone that you really fancy, and maybe somewhere like a supermarket, and your eyes meet, they lock, you get chatting, you end up going out for dinner, then you go to a few bars, and you get a bit drunk, then you go back to their place, and you stay the night, and then you wake up in the morning, and maybe some other stuff happens, and then you finish, and then you say, I'll tell you what, I'm going to make you a brew. So you nip downstairs, and you're making a brew, and you're looking for the cup cupboard, and then you finally find the cup cupboard, and then you see a blue or white mug in this cup cupboard that's got like a chicken stood on a ball, and you know the team I'm talking about. And all of a sudden it's like, you got to be fucking joking. Oh man, what do I do? But here's what you do. You carry on making the brew, and instead of putting sugar in, you put salt in. And then you take that drink up, and you plonk it on the side, but you make your excuses. You very hastily get yourself dressed, and you fuck off, safe in the knowledge that you have left a taste in their mouth as bitter as the one that has now been left in yours since seeing that mug. And you never see him again, and you live happily ever after. Like I said, this is a public service announcement. It's a free service that I'm providing for if that situation should ever occur to you. Right, I've chatted for nearly 20 minutes, and I'm going to go now because it's getting late. But I'll hopefully get this posted this evening. And if you fancy watching it, please do so. It'd be really nice if you could. And remember, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and you'll never miss a trick. All right, have a good evening. Cheers.